Hey, what's up, everyone? So, I want to start off this video with just with prayers to the Robinson family and to the people that really were in her corner and to the people that really were rocking with her and not those fake friends that she went on vacation with. So I think that the Shanquella Robinson passing is really a wake-up call to people of color. I think for us as people of color, we see these things happen often and we want to kind of just brush them under the rug. And I've noticed, like, even myself, it's been a thing that a lot of us as people of color, we want to run away from the tough conversations. And I think that it's time for us to have the tough conversations. In terms of people that look like us and people that rock with us, right? Our biggest enemy is us. Our biggest enemy are the people that look like us, the people that like the same music as us, the people that will call us brother or sis or will be in the same environment as us. And we don't want to have the tough conversations that we're often our worst enemy. And this passing is one of the things that it just hurts to hear. It hurts to watch the video. I couldn't watch the video because it really gives me a bad feeling in my stomach because I'm a father, and if someone was to do my daughter like that, I don't know. I really don't know. But I wanna talk about this a little bit in terms of, it's time for us to really start disconnecting. Black people, however you want to call yourself, black people, people of color, African American, our skin color, it's time for us to start disconnecting. Out of anything we can learn from all this stuff that's been going on for the last 3 to 4 to 5, 6 months, all these shootings, these things that has been hurting our community, it's time. See, for a long time, I think that we haven't had the access to this information, and we haven't had the access to what's really going on and who's really pulling the strings and who's really in power and who's really allowing these things to happen and who's allowing these things to affect us. And really, to tell you the truth, we always wanted to blame you know who, but actually it's ourselves, because us as people of color or black people or African American people or whatever title you want to give us, we are so afraid to disconnect from people that just look like us but that choose violence, that chooses narcissistic behavior, that chooses to, even the example of this thing, go on a 6-hour flight with someone that you really, really don't like. Why would you even want to go? If you don't like the lady, okay, fine. You don't want to be friends with her, fine. Why the hell would you go 6 hours, 7 hours on a damn flight and you don't even like her? And then you end up fighting the first couple days you're there. That means you never care for her or you're jealous of her. And that's another thing I'm going to talk about a little bit later, because, my sister gave me a great example. Is you have to really, really, when she was talking to me over the holiday, you have to really pay attention to the people in your circle, because those people might be jealous of you. And so you can see their vibe and you can feel their vibe. And if they're jealous of you, not to say this has anything to do with what happened to her, you have to start disconnecting. But us as our people, we don't want to disconnect from those people. We want to feel like we start from the bottom, and even on our way up, and even when these people still don't support us, we still want to bring those people with us. And you just can't do it. And another thing that really, really just irritates the hell out of me is like those dudes that went with them on the vacation. Where were the dudes that to break up the women fighting? And not to say that, I'm taking a jab at women because they're more emotional or anything like that, but as men, we have to be stoic sometimes, and have to be leaders, and have to be better than what people think we are, and and protect the women. you know and I think that we're missing out on that as black men, because our women need protection, but we can't do it because we're too busy trying to worry about our emotions or anything like that. Sometimes you can't do that. I'm not saying that you can't have fun. I'm not saying that you can't have feelings or anything like that, but sometimes there's a greater good and there's bigger things going on than your damn emotions. And it's a little bit easier. And I know that we want to get away from gender roles and all this other stuff, but it's just a fact and the truth. It's a little bit easier for me to put my emotions to the side and say that I can't think about my emotions right now. I have to protect someone that I love. I have to protect these people that I care about. I have to protect my two friends from making a dumbass mistake that we didn't flew 7 hours to come have fun. I have to protect that. So I'm also kind of irritated that as a black or 2 or 3 black men that went on a trip, where were y'all at? And it sucks. And you know what? As black men, sometimes we got to take an L, because you know what? Women have been saying it for the last couple of years that we've been being weak. And and sometimes, and I made a video about this not too long ago, where I noticed that some women will say to me that, oh, well, how come you're not more vulnerable? How come you're not more open sometimes with your emotions? And it's like, I can't sometimes. Sometimes I have to be the bigger person. I have to be the person that says, no, I'm going to have more control than the situation, the environment, so that way I can protect other people around me. And sometimes people, well, I should say women, sometimes some women understand that and some women don't. And the ones that don't, I tend to just kind of push to the side in terms of dating, because when something big is going to happen and you need me to protect you, I can't be focusing on crying in the corner. I have to step up and be there. So this passing that's hurting the Robinson family and the people that really, really was rocking with her in her corner, it's just a wake-up call for us black folks, man. We're the only race of people. And listen, I know we didn't come up with the word race, and we didn't come up with some of the words that we use and everything like that, but everybody else is using it for their advantage. We're the only ones that's using it we'll use it for our advantage sometimes, but we're also using it more to cause harm to each other and to have a scapegoat from the harm that we cause our communities. And that's a tough conversation that we're not ready to have. Me, I'm grown. I'm almost 40. I can have the tough conversations and not cry about them and what's name. And I might get angry, but you know what? Anger is also good in some ways sometimes, because what anger does is it forces action. It forces change, because you don't want to be angry all the time. So it's like, now what goes in your head is, okay, I need to make an alteration. So for me, let's talk a little bit about race, even though I don't like to always talk about race, but I want to talk a little bit about race. Every other race of people I've noticed will disconnect from the low value people in their race. So we want to keep criticizing the Jews. We want to keep criticizing the Italians and the Asians and saying everybody's against us. Everybody else is winning because they know how to disconnect. We're the only ones that's still trying to rock with the people that's not in our corner. We're still trying to reach back and help the people that's behind us. Granted, I understand it. But if you want to help someone, sometimes the best help that someone can get is just the example of what you're doing, and for you not to disrespect them. So sometimes people want to just say, hey man, I love what you do. You shake their hand and say, I appreciate you. Sometimes that's the best thing for them. Giving them money, going on trips with them, and them, like I've experienced it with my own people. Like, I start a business and they don't support it. But I just know, the best thing I can do as a man is be the example. You know what I'm saying? So for her to have a successful business and still trying to reach back with those old friends that she thought was friends, or the ones that call themselves their friends, her friends, and will cause harm to you, You ain't my friend. You ain't my friend. None of y'all my friends. You sitting up there videotaping me getting hurt? Like it's funny just so you can post it and you can get likes from other motherfuckers that you don't know? Pardon my language. That you don't know, that you not rocking with, that you not on a trip with, that you didn't fly 7 hours with. Nah, bro. At some point, we have to look at that as African American people or people of color or whatever the hell you want to call us, or whatever we decide we want to call ourselves, and not the media. We got to start disconnecting from those people, man. And at some point, it's a tough conversation, but I'm more at risk of being hurt by someone that looks like me than any other race of person, any other race of people. It ain't the police. It ain't the police just waiting to rob me if I get a nice car, or if I put on some nice shoes, or if I put, God forbid, if I wear a chain that I like. It's not the police. It's not no Asian man. It's not no any European man. It's someone that looks exactly like me, that's got the same skin color. So at some point, we have to look at it and just say, enough. We need to let that part of our society go, of us trying to reach back to help them, and start finding new friends, start finding new environments, and stick with that environment. Start moving out of the hood. Look, if you think about it, all the violent stuff that happens within our communities and that happens to our people that causes harm like that is usually always around low income, low vibration people, and they just taking each other out. So the police is like, yeah, I'll come investigate this, and yeah, I want justice, but at some point, y'all gotta be the one. I know the police don't want to say this, but it's the truth. We have to be the ones that's serious about the change. We can't keep blaming. I know the big thing right now is to blame the Jewish people. We can't keep blaming them. Wasn't it my man, the record executive? I'm not gonna say his name. He said it good, and when he was on the Breakfast Club, and he was like, "Well, why are you letting your artists promote this?" And he basically said, "I don't give a you know what, long as I can make money. Y'all can kill yourselves, basically. I don't care, long as I make money. Long as you got talent, you can to a beat, and you can say a bunch of syllables and stuff. I'll make money off of you. And I'm gonna go home to my family, which we're not trying to kill each other or murder each other in the street. Sorry for using that word, but hurt each other in the street. I'm cool. I'm gonna make money off of it." So at some point, we can't keep saying, or we can't keep not having a conversation that we are the enemies to each other. I refuse to say that now because, I refuse to blame someone else now because I can see the truth. Some of us, I get it, will never see the truth because we were conditioned and we were told that them over there, they're the problem, and not to look at what's going on my street, on my block, in my environment. I get it. Some of y'all we will never reach. But the ones of like myself and the small circle of people that understand that we're the ones that can orchestrate change, and we have to stop reaching back to those low vibration people, we are going to be the ones that need to start controlling the narratives, needs to stop going to see movies where they only show violence and killing of our people. We need to stop supporting shows. And I don't blame hip hop or anything like that. I don't blame rap or anything like that, but we can't keep running and saying that the rap music doesn't affect us. Now I get it that some artists are just telling their perspectives of stories of what's going on, but does it always have to be about shooting? Does it always have to be about crack? Does it always have to be about you selling this stuff that you really not doing? Why can't it be about you starting that business? Why can't it be about you buying a house out in the birds and y'all buying a couple businesses to start out in the birds? Why can't it be about that? is because, for one, we just don't want to have these tough conversations because we're afraid. Because, listen, the media is never going to say to us, hey, you guys need to change your image. They're making profits off of it. This is a capitalist country. They make profits off of us passing and losing our lives. And especially because a lot of us don't have fucking insurance. They're not paying out any money. They're not paying any money for wrongful death or anything like that. The insurance company is just keeping all the money in their pocket, and all the funeral homes is just putting us in a casket, putting us on display, dropping us down. So I think that, at some point, me as a man, I'm going to start being responsible for me first. I'm going to start with myself. I can't blame no one else. I can't point the finger at no one else. This video was just an eye-opening thing that I understand now what's going on, and I feel sorry for it, and the toughest thing I've ever had to do in life was to start with my actions, and to start with, okay, I can't keep criticizing another black man that I don't know. I have to be in their corner. I have to look at things from different angles. I made a video not too long ago about the Kanye West situation. Everybody wants to call him crazy, or the Kyrie Irving situation. Everyone wants to say, oh, he was wrong for doing that. You guys are only looking at it from the angle that the media told you to look at. The ones that have opposition for those fellas. And you know what? And this is the same media that doesn't care about Takeoff. This is the same media that doesn't care about Young Dolph. This is the same media that doesn't care about the Robinson family hurting. As long as they can make money off of it, they don't care. They don't care. Because all that stuff is not happening out in the suburbs of where they're at. So why would they care? It's not their people. It's not their people grieving. You don't hear a bunch of Asian people hurting each other in the streets, robbing each other. Not to say that they don't have crime in Asian countries, but it's not like this. We're hurting each other, man. And it's like, I don't get it. So I'm challenging a lot of us men. It starts with us. It really does. It starts with us, because to tell you the truth, even though the Robinson family is hurting, but we're hurting each other at an alarming rate. So us as black men, figure out a way where you can get money with your homie. And then if he don't want to be on that type of thing, move on. Still rock with him, but move on. So, yeah, prayers to the Robinson family, because this thing hurt. I really didn't want to make a video addressing this, but I'm kind of tired of seeing this and people not really taking it to heart that it's us. It starts with us. And so, many prayers goes out to their family, from my family, from the Holly family. It sucks. Yeah. And I know this week I was supposed to do a new episode, but just my spirit was low, man. When you keep hearing these things happen to people that look like you, and you having children, at any point that could be my daughter, man. And that just it doesn't sit well with me as a man. So to me, I can cry about it, I can whine about it, I can get emotional about it, or I can do something about it. So this video is a start to do something about it. And then also I have to take actions, and I have to call out myself first. What am I doing? What is my actions? Is my actions saying that I support another black man and don't want to harm another black man? So it all starts with me, and I'm challenging you other black men to say that if you want to be a leader, you want to be you want your communities back, you have to step up and you have to say something now. You have to step up and you got to move your family out of there. And that's just a start. And then once you move your family out of there, and I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, once you move your family out of there, then you'll see the difference in the quality of life. And your job is to fight to not have your kids be a part of that same environment that will go 6 or 7 hours just to harm someone that really thought you were their friends. And that hurts the most. All right, so I'll see you guys in a couple days. Prayers again to the Robinson family. And remember, it starts with us. Stop looking to these media companies. Stop looking into these people that own these big, huge corporations. They do not look at you as someone that has value in terms of they need to change. Your value is in you dancing, singing, and passing. That's the only value you have to them. And until you realize that, there's not much more I can really say to you. All right. So I'll see you guys in a couple days. We will have a new episode for the Male Change Podcast. Deuces.